Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Deanna and today we're going to be talking about Bridgerton season 4 part 1. We're going to be talking while we do our makeup and it's just going to be like a general chit chat about how we feel about the season and a lot of yippity yapping. Let's get into the video. So if you didn't know, Benedict is my favorite. He always has been my favorite. I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, Luke Thompson looks like he would be performing plays for Caesar and like the Greek kings and Roman kings or whatever. And the way he's built, and I love a thick neck and I love a long neck. But when dudes have a thick neck, it's like this much neck. And it's like, you just look like a beefy muscle man. But no, Luke Thompson, he got the length to it. And it's not just like a long neck where it's like long and scrangly and he looks like one of the little worms from Men in Black. No, he got that long, thick neck and he be wearing them slutty low shirts with the V-neck. And I be like, God, yeah, please. And his smile, he has that like kind of like a crooked gummy smile. I'm obsessed. I love how the first time we see Sophie, she's putting her mask on. That was a wonderful choice made. Cause it's like, who's this girl? If you didn't know. I don't know why people were talking about, why is it Cinderella based? Shut up and watch the show. Oh, I also want to take this time to say that shout out to Shonda Rhimes because I attempted to read this book because I did read Colin and Penelope's book and didn't like it, of course. And I attempted to read the others. And as I'm like trying to read these books, I'm like, okay, wait, does Julia Quinn hate women or that can't be it? Obviously, it's just too accurate to the time because the men are awful. So shout out to Shonda Rhimes because I don't know what she saw. I don't know how we got this show based off those books because those books, honestly, they aren't good and they aren't fun reads. Queen Charlotte's a fun read, but of course that was written by Shonda herself. I took lots of notes so I can stay on track. Oh, I said, love how Benedict's neck and chest are always out. I love a long, thick neck. I think we already addressed that. So I put, is Pen's tea not going to be juicy? And that's like a question going on. I saw some discourse on the net about how Lady Whistledown, like she can just go because, you know, because we know who she is now and they shouldn't have exposed her. I think that Maid Wars was a very good segment because it's kind of like Lady Whistledown, though it's gossip and tea, it's also journalism. Yes, Lady Whistledown is still important and still needed even though she's not writing stuff that ruins people's lives. And occasionally she should ruin a bad person's life. You know, at the end of the last season, she was writing all those things about all those terrible lords were doing. So that was good. I love how Queen Charlotte is asking for her tea early. I think that's very funny. I think that's also very on brand. I don't know what they're gonna do. Like, she's supposed to die before George historically, but we don't have to stick to historics here. I don't care. I'm not a historian. I'm here for a good time. I'm here for some romance. I'm here for a giggle, a spiggle. I'm here for community. You don't have to be historic. You can kill off George first if you want to. I do not mind Bridgerton. You hear me? I'll rewrite the story. You know, I'll gaslight anyone else. He's always died first. We talking about the man always dies first. Like, I will push that narrative if you want me to. I loved the banter. Oh my gosh. So obviously the masquerade ball scene is very beautiful. I love how he notices her tucking her card in her glove and then he pulls her over. I'm next. It's just like, charming, darlings. You charmed me. Chill, because it don't take much for me. And I love the banter when he was like, are you a city girl? You a country girl? You know, just that like discussion. It was like very rapid fire banter. And I know in the books they have more banter, but whatever. I just love that because I love a banter. I love quick witty. I feel like no one else is talking about this little move that he does. But when she goes from like trying to clean his shoes, he does this thing where he like kind of gently pushes her arm up so her arm goes to his shoulder and he like swoops under to put his hand on her back. That move, using the back of the hand to push her arm up and like swoop in, I'm swooned. I've rewatched that scene so many times. I loved watching Pen right in bed next to Colin. That's just so cute. Another thing about Bridgerton is like, we have these seasons where obviously our main couples are trying to get together and they get together probably like in the very last episode. And then the next season, we get to see them be in love and together. I mean, we don't get to see that with Daphne and the Duke, but we get to see so much of Kate and Anthony's marriage in Colin and Penn season. So I'm like, it kind of annoys me because it's like, dang, really, if we really want to see Benedict and Sophie's life together, we do have to wait till the next season because obviously they're not going to get together probably till like the very last episode, to be honest, because we only got 4 more episodes left. We better do Pain and Strife. I just wish I could see them be a married couple now, but I don't know. to his life, you know? All this to say, I loved seeing Penn right in bed next to Colin, because it's like, oh, we're getting the inside scoop of their marriage life. And I love how Colin has been so ride or die for Penn this season. And he's like, mistress, I don't know shit about that. That ain't got to do with me. I don't know nothing about that. I don't need that. Me and my girl, we like it tight. Like that's. I love that Benedict went to Penelope to write in her column. Like, you know, I got a sister-in-law. She got to connect for real. Like, I'm just wondering, like, if you could just mention, like, would it be crazy? Of course, the scene where both Eloise and Penn are just, like, laid back. Like, I love when they be laid back like this. Because that corset is tight. So they can't slouch, really. They just got to be... I love when Penelope, Violet are just laid back like this during the season. It's the funniest thing to me, and I would be the same way. You're a rake. Oh, when they said that in unison, he was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, that's the stuff for me. That's the stuff for me. So I've been so obsessed with Eloise's outfits this season. Has anyone noticed that her dresses are just like, I don't know, they have just been extra beautiful to me. And I was like looking at the details, and I'm obsessed with Eloise's dresses this season. I really do love Violet's relationship with Benedict because it's so different. She approaches Anthony kind of with caution because he's like the Viscount, right? He's like taking care of business and things, and she kind of approaches him. When she approached Anthony, she kind of like stays in the doorway, and it's always very cautious because she knows that he has this wall built up. I think a lot of times Colin doesn't go to Violet for advice. Her relationship with Colin is a little more distant, and I feel like she's always trying to get to know who Colin is, and her discussions with Colin are like, you know, he's trying to figure out who he currently is, because when he had his season, he was coming back from traveling, and he's like very confused about his relationship with Penelope. And Violet's like, it can be confusing, but that doesn't mean just because they're a friend, like things can change. You can see views different. And so I feel like Violet is still learning more about Colin when they have their conversations. But Violet and Benedict, they seem the closest, to be honest. And I feel like Violet is so comfortable with her conversations with Benedict, especially because she's always still disciplining him, even though he's a grown man. He's definitely a mama's boy, and I love that part of him as well. I love how when he finally was like, okay, here's what's going on, like when he finally told Mama Violet what was going on, she looked inside and she was like, okay, so this is the Penwoods. You should pop over there and see what that's about. Like, what do you mean no one looked inside the glove? Benedict, that's why you always need mommy. Like, whenever I'm trying to figure something in life and I can't get it right, I'm gonna go ask my mom. Like, sometimes you just need to think out loud with your mom, because she got ideas. Like, she picked up the glove and was like, Penwoods, pop over. Pop over. The actor who plays little baby Sophie, she's so cute. The cheeks. Her cheeks are so big. Also, F. Sophie's dad, he's an idiot. Like, what do you mean you're not gonna tell me anything about mom, about how my mom died? Like, I get that she's an illegitimate, but tell me about mommy. What was mommy into? Like, do me and mommy have same eyebrows? Do me and mommy have same cheekbones? Can you tell me something about mommy? Like, he's like, don't worry, I'm gonna take care of you. And then he doesn't say that her dowry is in the will. How's that taking care of me? When your new wife is like, no, I can't take dance lessons with her daughters, why are you like, no, I should talk to her about that, and then doesn't talk to her about that, and so she never learns how to dance as a full adult. What do you men are just take initiative. F. Sophie's dad, he don't get a pass from me, even though he's dead. I still speak ill. No, because like, well, how would you not tell your new wife that you have an illegitimate daughter? Like, that man, he just ain't ish, low key. Like, that's why he died in that way he died, because he's not a good person, you guys. I love Sophie's like friends, like the ones who were helping her. Dang it, I can't remember their names right now. Sophie, go in there and talk to him. He's like Irish or something. I'm really hoping that when Armida moves next door, that the maid that Sophie grew up with will somehow have Sophie's purse. Like, maybe Hazel brought it back and she dropped it off or something. I really need them to have that mother effing love, even though it doesn't matter. But at the same time, like, where her stuff at? I'm thinking, like, I'm jumping ahead here, but during the brawl scene, I'm like, okay, they're just going to his cottage or whatever, but where your at? Like, where your stuff? Where your coin purse? Surely you don't want to go collect no things. You don't want to collect that glove evidence as if it was you, but I mean, they could just they could just restate the conversation. I don't know. It's just like, how she just moving about, going across the country and the city and different parts of England and just got no purse. No purse? I have purse, no purse. I'm Sophie Beck and I don't have a purse. Like, where's your purse at? She's stressing me out with that. I just loved how he was like, he's clearly looking for you. He's right there and he's looking for you. Open the door and go kiss him right there in front of everybody. See, if it was me, I don't care if I'm still from a lower class. I don't care if I'm illegitimate. Hey, baby, we had a conversation and we had this kiss or whatever. I know you want me. I want you. Let's get married. Let's get married. Let's be together. Let's make something work. Also, my stepmama is a liar. I'm of some sort of class, so like it's still okay for you to marry beneath or not. Like it would have been over immediately second episode. It would have just been it. And everyone's like, how is Benedict such a dummy? He doesn't remember anything. First of all, this is the Benedict who's constantly sloshed. He's constantly wasted. We have to remember that. Also, in the book, there is a, like, I think a 2-year time jump from the masquerade ball and from when he sees Sophie again. So he is missing some details. Though he can draw it from memory. Again, if it's a man, he's looking at the wrong stuff. He's not, I think you gotta remember, the men are men. I love seeing Lady Danbury's hair down. I love the whole passing onto the torch. I love the storyline with Alice. I love them being included. Because, at the end of the day, oh, that fight scene? I knew he was gonna jump in there. That fight scene? That was good. I like that. I like that a lot. Obviously, you can't walk in the dark and it starts to rain. He over here hurt. I love the let's go to my cottage and it's a mansion. That is just funny to me. That's so Benedict to me. I have with that heavy. Yeah, I have with that whole my cottage sequence. I know in the books it's like they're there for like a very long time and she's like reading to him when he's ill and recovering and they get really close during that. I love it. I do wish we could have got a longer time with them there, but again, we could just go read the books. If you want more, you gotta just go read the books, even though Julia Quinn is those books are those books. Okay, let's keep going. When they showed the funeral scene, she's like, don't worry, I'm gonna take care of you. You can be my maid. I would have fought her on my daddy's grave. Like, what do you mean? I'm not about to be your maid? Bitch, that's my father. Like, what do you, like, huh? Get up. Come here. Take off your gloves. Let's fight. And she's like, but I'm a daughter of a nobleman. You're illegitimate. And your mother was also a whore. Like, no, you can't say that. You can't say that to me and we not fight. And also it's like, Sophie asked to see that will, baby. Why didn't she ask to see it? One thing I mean, I'm gonna see some terms and conditions. Can I read it? But I mean, obviously we wouldn't have the story if she had did that, but it's just like, if it had been me, it couldn't have been me. I would like to take this time to insert some of my favorite memes and TikToks that I have been watching. So here's some of those.
Please do not go. I do not want you to.
You're welcome. Thank you. Their first real kiss at the lake, I'm not gonna lie, might be my favorite Bridgerton kiss yet. It just felt like, I don't know. First of all, I didn't know they were gonna go for it. Second of all, Luke got that neck out, which I go crazy cuckoo bananas for. Third of all, his eyes look insanely green, and I'm just like, and his hair is like dripping down, and I'm just like, she's looking at its tension, and that kiss was just, it was so, because it wasn't so like fast and like passionate and like, and it's doing too much. It was so slow, and it was just like, it felt so romantic, and where they were, the scenery and how they felt about each other, they're so like confused but curious, and they're drawn to each other. That kiss was just everything. That's my favorite so far. Ugh. This season has been so romantical. I love that he's making sure that Hazel also found work. Like, hey mommy, here my shorty, she saved my life. Book with her. Like, also she got a friend Hazel, like if she could slide through. Also love like the coachman, his name is John, I think. I love that character. To be able to pull off a white wig, it takes a handsome face. I love those brows. You know me. I love a thick, full brow. He's too handsome to be nothing. Like, does he come in later? I don't know. I love when they reroute from the books because, again, if it hadn't been for Shonda Rhimes, the books would have stayed on the shelf. Baby, the books are crazy. They're sick. I love seeing the servants' quarters. Of course, we love seeing that other side of, you know, the boys playing with the shaving cream and the maid having to clean it up afterwards. And it's just like, yeah, it's just stuff we don't see. One of the actors mentioned, I think it was Luke probably, in an interview about how we've always seen the tree, the beauty of it all, but we've never saw like the roots, which is such a great way to say it. Luke described Benedict as an inside out traditional man. So like all the stuff that's usually inside, like that's always like buried down, like the gooey, silly fun part, that's always on the outside for Benedict. But again, he still has that traditionalism in him, which I will talk about later when we get to that one. When I get to the one question, we'll get to that. Of course, we have to discuss it. This season is great for a character like Benedict because we've lived with him for such a long time, and for an actor to live with the same character also for such a long time, they really get to know him. I think Luke has such a great relationship with Benedict because if you watch his interviews, he's grown with this character, and then he's able to portray his emotions so well because it's like he knows Benedict. He knows Benedict inside and out, and he knows how he would feel in certain situations, and I just love that. Oh, also, can we talk about the music in this season? Of course, the covers have I've always loved the covers Bridgerton has done. At first, I've been a long time fan of the Vitamin String Quartet and Strings Over Paris or something. What's it called? Strings Over something. The sound score that's like going on throughout the whole show. I feel like it was more grand this season. I don't know. I just feel like all this, like, just even it's just playing in like low scenes. Just like, oh, what's this song? Shazam this. Music good. Dresses are good. I love it all. I know people were complaining about last season about how Penelope had on like heavier makeup and some of the girls had on pressies. I don't give a damn about that. Are you mad that she's a baddie? Are you mad about baddieism? That's anti-woman. Because someone's a baddie and you're upset about it. If you want accurate, you need to be a historian. I need to watch some sort of documentary because this is not it. This is about romance and love and fantasticalness and beauty and happiness and family and friendship. And you're watching the wrong show. The dresses and the hair. Shut up. Oh my gosh. Colin has been so funny. He was like, my mother told Penelope who told me. Colin is such a gossip and I love it. Colin and Penelope be gossiping. I love it because Penelope, she can't write that T down no more. So T go to my man. Like me and my man, we talk T all the time. I eat that ish up. I don't have a man. I was just talking about Penelope. As always, I love the scenes when the men get together and yappity yippity yap. I love everyone's blush placement. Violet had really good blush placement this season, and Sophie's blush placement is so perfect. It's like, what's this? Who is Bridgerton dropping a collection with next? Can I get this at Ulta? Can I get this at Sephora? I love Agatha's makeup. Her makeup has been the best this season. In the past seasons, I don't think I've loved it. But you know, as a black woman, it's harder for us to get stuff that matches. Her makeup has been like effing flawless the whole time. I love Agatha and the Queen's relationship. I loved when she walked by and she saw the painting because, you know, Queen Charlotte low-key been my favorite season of all low-key this whole time. I love Queen Charlotte so much. I love Agatha's side story. I don't want that character to leave us, but I understand it, and I love the little details about her, you know, when her wanting to go back to her home, and then I love how she's wearing, you know, the cultural ring. I think it was some sort of African tribe ring. I love it. It's black and it's deep and it's full. I love that ish. I eat Agatha up. Oh my gosh, when they had that cute little scene, he's like, please do not go. I don't want you to go. See, that's another thing about Benedict. Anthony and Colin would not have said that ish. Benedict says how he feels. If you want me to leave, I'll leave, but I don't want you to go. Please don't go. Please don't go, baby. Like, I need you to... If that man would have said that to me, I'm like, okay. And I'm sitting down on the couch. I'm not going nowhere. What do you mean? Please don't go. I don't want you to go. He tilted his head like... Y'all don't know him like I do. Y'all don't know Benedict like I do. That's the problem. That's why y'all don't get it, okay? I love him so much. And then when she left and he broke the crayon, the hand things, with Regency times like this, you couldn't do much touching, so that the hands really matter in shows like this. And he would that broke that crayon. I'm just like, yeah. And he's like playing with the button, and then he like at one point like rips the button off. And even one of the men in the bar scene mentioned it, like he been touching it, he been playing with his button all night. He ain't even worried about us because he's thinking about baby girl. Someone had mentioned, and I fully agree, that because everyone's saying how Benedict is such an idiot for not being able to know Sophie. Like, why is he looking at black people's and white people's lips and mouths? Well, that's for the show. Inclusion. Okay? Again, boy was low-key a little bit sloshed. He was head over heels. Head over heels. He was head over heels for this shorty. He never felt a certain way about someone. Like, his head was in a different place. Y'all don't get Benedict like I do. And I loved at one point when he stopped drawing Lady and Silver and he just started drawing Sophie instead. Ah, details. And everyone's like, oh, I'm surprised you're still doing this. You always give up on everything. First of all, stop talking to him like that. You keep that itch in your head. Why everybody think they can talk to Benedict any way they want? That's why I'm glad when he get his girl. Sophie's gonna be the type that like Benedict be like, oh no, this meal's fine, and to be like, he didn't order broccoli, he ordered asparagus, and Sophie be like, he ordered asparagus. Sophie would pick it up and go back to the kitchen and fix it herself too. She's not a bee, but she's gonna handle things, and she's gonna be the one like, you got to. And I'm not trying to force that narrative on her because women of color and we're always seen as more aggressive. I'm pushing that narrative on her because the way their dynamic is, they're going to be taking care of each other and standing up for each other. We already saw the fight sequence. They about to take care of each other good, y'all. Oh my gosh, I loved Violet this whole season. I want that set. Who's selling it? Bridgerton Savage X Fenty line? Like, who's selling this two-piece set? And that's so female gaze because that's what women want to wear when we feel like grown. So cute. Her hair is so tea. Of how she was just like looking at herself naked in the mirror because like that's so girl. Like sometimes when I'm like getting ready for the day, I'm just like, when I'm showering, I'm like, and I know I've been eating like a pig, I just don't want to see myself. But other days I'm just like, let's see what we got going on. Oh, okay, not too bad. Kind of tea. Stuff like that reminds you that yes, she has had 8 children. Yes, she's been mommy this whole time. Earlier seasons outfits weren't that fire because she was like kind of hiding with her body, but we now see her boobs are pushed up. We now see her blush is done, her hair is high, and she's ready to go out into the world. We just get to see her find her girlhood of it all again. I just love that. Eat that up. Alice's hair and makeup have been so tea. I think the actress mentioned that this was her first time getting a wig when she wore the Cleopatra wig. But her hair, like her natural curly hair, has been so tea. So happy that we didn't get the Cinderella of, sometimes when we get like a Cinderella story, the prince will be like, oh, I guess this is her because she had the shoe, you know? And Mrs. Hollis's lips, they were not too far from Sophie's, like shockingly. And of course she had the dark hair and her eyebrows were so tea. But when she said that pronunciation fire, whoever told you that was a fool, Benedict was like, oh, come here so I can beat your ass. Like, what do you mean? You, first of all, don't just say somebody a fool. You don't know. What if mommy told me that? What if mommy right next to me said my pronunciation was bad? So now you call my mom a fool? Marriage off. You know, like her eyebrows were so tea though. The actress was so beautiful. But I loved that whole tea scene because number one, he didn't want Sophie in there to see that. And she's like, don't say stuff like that to me. You make it worse. But you just can tell how uncomfortable he felt because like he's scratching the back of his neck and the way the camera like moved towards him and it kind of felt like it was closing in on him and like it just felt very tense. I love that whole scene. And when she poured over his hand, damn it. That's so mean. Like I say damn it all the time. Like we're so mean, Benedict. We're so kind of like we go like this. Leave it. First of all, I loved that parallel because remember when she was on the floor trying to clean his shoes during the masquerade ball and he was like, no, you don't have to do that. It's kind of a parallel to this when she's trying to scrub up the tea. He's like, no, stop trying to clean up in front of me. I don't need you to do that. He doesn't want to see her as a maid. He doesn't want her to see that he's on some sort of date with another shorty. Yeah. And then when Sophie kicked him out of the house, why are you here? You know I work here. You pushed me to work here and you always here. You said we wouldn't see each other, but I see you every day. I was kicking the man out of his own house. Is so funny. And the fact that he literally got his stuff like within the hour and was gone. Please, Benedict, please come back. He said, I mean, if that's what you want, like, I just want you to have what you want because I love you so much. Oh my gosh. This whole season has been very frustrating because it's like, yeah, Get together. Like, I don't know. I could, Sophie, it could not be me. Sophie, tell him. Like, what's going on? But then I get it because she feels like such shame and she harbors all of this stuff. And again, she has been living as a maid for so long. So we do have to give her some grace in that regard. But dear God. Oh, also shout out to Varley for knowing her worth. She said, I don't want these dresses. So to say that you don't have the money for a raise and then flaunt other dresses in front of her, no, I'm glad she left. I thought Lady Featherton was getting better. But in this season, the men's love declarations with like John and I cannot think of Violet's boyfriend's name right now. I'm so sorry. These men being so patient, kind, and understanding, I'm just like, oh, it's so unrealistic. But then Benedict goes and says, will you be my mistress? This is like, oh, okay, no, it's real. Like, it's just real. Of course, a man will say something so beautiful and charming and then F it up immediately within the same sentence. But let's get into the will you be my mistress conversation. First of all, I knew Benedict was going to say the word mistress to the wrong person within the episode. I knew it because you know why? They threw around the word mistress like 5 times that same episode. It's Benedict saying, I want to make this work in some sort of way, but I don't know how to do that because of our different classes. But I also want to be able to go out with you in public. And the only way that can happen is if we were mistresses and mistresses. I understood it right away. Yes, it was sick and twisted. He should not have said it then, but I get why he did say it. And of course he said it with pure of heart. I mean, come on, it's Benedict. Benedict, first of all, this is a lot for him. And I'm not trying to reward a puppy dog man. I'm not trying to reward a man for leaving work 30 minutes early to hang out with his son. But this is the Benedict who didn't want to commit before. He didn't even want to commit to a threesome. Like this is a lot for him to be like, I just want you for real. Like, I just want it to be us for real. So we do have to give him that credit. Here are some screen grabs I got from conversations going around on the net that I agree with. In the book, he asks her multiple times. I think the first time he asks her is at my cottage. And he's kind of not taking no for an answer. He like keeps asking her and it's just like, that's way worse. And that's the kind of ish I'm talking about in the books that I can't deal with. Oh my gosh. I love how Hyacinth ate up Eloise because she's like, don't yuck my yum. Because I like weddings and nice things, and I read books too. Eloise is kind of being like a mean big sister, but that's because she's lost. But at the same time, and people are saying Eloise, you know, she saw her mom go through such grief after her father died. A lot of them did, Eloise. You can't keep holding on to that same grudge. Like, you have to, when you're going through something, at some point, you gotta get through it. You can't be going through something forever and ever. How long are you gonna be going through this one same thing? Because people don't want to hear about that. I'm sorry, like, sometimes you gotta pick up your pants and put them on and buckle your waist. You can't always have your pants at your knees and your ankles going waddling through life. I have a soft spot for all the characters. There's not one character that I dislike. Even Arminta, no, yeah, I dislike her. She's a wench because that's a long grudge. She didn't have to be a wench. Making someone be your maid because you was upset that he had a illegitimate daughter, that's sick and twisted. So I can't give her any grace for that. But I understand Eloise. There's no reason to hate her. Everyone has a reason for why they are. All right. Oh my gosh, the song "Bad Idea" by Olivia Rodrigo for their stair scene. Eat it up. I love, of course, their meeting in the middle, him coming from above and her coming from below. I ate that up. I ate everything in that scene up. Of course, until, you know. Here are my predictions for part 2. Number 1, I really hope we get a cover of Promise by Luefe because the lyrics kind of just are perfect. But again, I'm going to post some edits at the end of this video because I love promoting other creators. And I think the songs they pick are amazing. And I'm not going to get paid from this video. Anyways, when Arminta moves next door, I want the truth to somehow come out. So either that's Violet seeking it out because Violet has a way to get information. I love Mommy Violet. Arminta moving next door, though that doesn't happen in the books. I like that she's going to be closer. So that means the maid is also going to be closer. And Varley is going to be closer. So maybe Varley and Violet's maid will talk and somehow they'll get the tea on the situation. And somehow the tea would get back to Violet. And Violet's going to be like, hey baby, you're actually something. And I imagine Benedict like being like, I'll leave society so we can get married and go live wherever we have to live. Like, I don't care. I don't need no titles. I don't need none of that. I can live as a starving artist and me and you can fly kites and we can just read together and speak in French, and I can just see that. I can see him leaving society to be with her, leaving his titles to be with her. I will love that if that happens, but I also just think that it needs to come out. Because she's sitting on some heavy stuff, and I feel like when she can finally get this off her chest, she can finally live her truth, and then they can really get to know each other well. I just hope it doesn't take to the 4th episode to get to that, because I'm tired of dancing around all the secrecy. It's making me tired. I adore this season. Did I finish my makeup? I didn't do a lippy. Some of my predictions, I really do hope Eloise finds out that Violet is having this romance, because I think Eloise is holding on to this, that romance is so hard and treacherous and painful because, you know, she saw what her mother has gone through. But I think if Violet can also show that, yes, she went through it and she made it through and she's out on the other side. Yes, she still loves Edmund, but she's finding her womanhood again, and she's also able to fall in love again. I think it's really important for Eloise to be able to see that. I think all the kids do need to eventually learn. I'm very nervous about the Michaela, Francesca and Michaela. I don't know how they're gonna play that. Yes, in the books, Francesca is not able to have kids with John, but she is able to with his cousin Michael. So I'm just like, I don't know what they're gonna do with that whole situation. I also need, I think they need to show Michaela more in like a loving light, because now all we see is like that Francesca gets nervous around her. Like, yes, obviously she's into her, but I think we don't know anything about this Michaela yet. Like, the audience doesn't love her just yet, and it's kind of like making her more of like an abrasive, pushy kind of character, and I don't like that, because especially because she's a black woman, and I just think that she should be charming and funny and a little bit lighter and not so like tough. Like, her coming in riding the own carriage, her driving her own carriage kind of like annoyed me, because I'm like, of course, black women always taking care of business. Well, you can't ever be soft and dainty and whatever. Maybe by the time her season comes, it'll be different. I'm very excited for part 2. I love all the breakdowns and all the analysts of the videos, and I've been obsessing over edits and interviews, because that's all we can do. All we can do is wait. I love this season so much. I'm gonna go rewatch it 1,012 times because I really want part 2 now, but I was patient because I can't rush this month of Galentine's and Black History. Thank you for watching, babes. I love you so much. Bye. I'll see you in part 2. Go follow me on all the socials. All right, I will talk over that too. Bye. Love you.